Here we have the data for the Earth crisis problem. Basically, what we have is the historical data from 1990 through 1994 of the amount of solid waste generated in Florida. And what we want to do is create a model that will allow us to predict the waste that will be generated in the years 1995 to 1999. So to do that, we're going to need some kind of equation. So let's do our regression. As before, we need to figure out what we know and what we don't know. We know we want the years 1995 through 1999. 1995 through 1999. What we don't know is the amount of solid waste in those years. So first, we're going to go to data analysis, regression, and we're going to tell it that our Y range is tons of solid waste for the period in question, and our X range is the year from 1990 through 1994. And because I included this first row that included the labels, I'm going to check labels on the regression and click OK. Now, as a first pass regression, this is still really good results. Our R squared is 89%, which means that 89% of the variation in the data can be accounted for by the equation we're getting ready to look at, which is great. When we look at our p-values, they're higher than they were last time, but both of them are still below 5%. They're both sitting at around 1.5%, which is great. So our equation will be what was the tons of waste? Tons of waste is equal to 1042.1 times the year plus negative 2055024. Negative 2,055,024. And so that is our equation. Now if I take my equation and put it in my spreadsheet, like so, and I replace year with the cell that has my year, so we're going to say that it equals to, and then for year, we have A7. So 1042.1 times A7 plus the negative 2,055,024. And we get this, our equations. Now, it looks a little different because it's not formatted the same way. But if I take the entire set of data, I format them all with a comma, and I get rid of the decimal points. What we have here is the data that we were given historically, and this is our projected data for the future, assuming we did this back in the beginning of 1995. And that's how you answer this problem.